Hello and welcome to the next MSI 2023 preview video where we're going to cover T1. I was going to do G2 today, but the playoffs stats wouldn't be relevant because the playoffs haven't started in LEC yet for spring. So the LEC teams I'm pushing off until the playoffs are done for them, which is going to be in a week and a half or so. So with that in mind, T1 today. Their coach is Benji. Benji was their coach last Worlds, where they would go 13-5 and finish runner-up to DRX, like we all know. That was his first shot at being a coach with the big squad. Before that, being a challenger or academy coach, and with middling results actually. So T1, obviously, they are the New York Yankees, New England Patriots. I know you guys are a lot of international people, and frankly, I don't watch football. So, I'm not going to even try and reference some European soccer team. But the point I'm trying to make is either you love these guys or you hate these guys, and seldom do you find somebody that could give a shit less like myself. So I expect a lot of back and forth about this. But Zeus, one of the best top laners in the world, definitely in that top three for sure. 31-11 at international events, 2.3 KDA, 8.23 CS per minute, 58.5 KP. A very, very young player. I did not do the average age of this roster, but it is young. I would say in the 21 to 22 range, probably overall because of Faker. 437 gold per minute, 584 damage per minute. 24 solo kills in 42 games at international events. On average, gaps his opponents by over 700 gold, 11 CS, and 400 XP at 15 minutes. So I would say internationally, on the aggregate, Zeus shows up, and he shows up in a big way. Yes, in the finals, he lost. The 19-year-old, the 18-year-old, the 20-year-old, he lost. You got people that are shaken in front of their college classroom. They're afraid to do presentations, and they're on whatever, and they're talking shit about this kid. He's been so Zeus's international results. I have no idea. I think that's where I was. Just got into fucking people are crazy. Worlds 2022 runner-up, MSI 2022 runner-up. As far as his stats in the playoffs, they sucked. He was awful. 2.4 KDA, 7.2 CS per minute, 61.8 KP. These are dog. 367 gold per minute, 477 damage per minute, 3 solo kills. On average, down about 50 gold, up 4 farm, down 60 XP. So at 15 minutes, he's not losing lane. It's going even, but that is very uncharacteristic of what we've expected out of him over the last couple years. An exceptional player, had a bad playoffs, lost Worlds finals. Everybody calls him a choker and this and that, and he's a young kid. So frankly, like I said, I think that there are a lot of people that say that when they were 18, 19, 20 years old, they were shaken, talking to a love interest, or shitting their pants when they have to go talk to a stranger or whatever. So, I think the league community is just a bunch of real special folk. Oner, 41-15, 3.19 KDA, 5.87 CS per minute, 66.6 KP at international events. Oner fits at international events as well. A very good player, a young player as well. 369 gold per minute, 329 damage per minute, 9 solo kills across 56 games, 280 gold up at 15 minutes, a couple farm, 90 XP. So he's not blowing out his opponents in pathing in the early game on average, but he is doing a good job as a carry-oriented jungler. Higher CS numbers, and KP around 2/3 instead of 70%. As far as the results are concerned, Worlds 2021 out in quarters. Worlds 2021 out in semis, and then 2022 last year at both events was runner-up. In the LCK playoffs, once again, not great, not as bad as Zeus, but these numbers aren't great. 3.3 KDA, 5.4 CS per minute, 70.5 KP, a little bit below average in the farm department, but facilitates at an average level. Like, it's very uncharacteristic of Oner to be so average. 347 gold per minute, 320 damage per minute, 1 solo kill. Up 80 gold, 3 CS, down 165 XP. So, once again, another player probably going even on the aggregate, but is a player that does, fit MSI and Worlds. Mid lane, we have Faker, 143 and 55. Definitely a player that draws a lot of envy from people. 3.15 KDA, 8.75 CS per minute, 61.1 KP. So on average, these numbers obviously date back all the way to 2013. So they are, 2013. So you can take them for what you will. Different game back then, a very different game now. One of the best players in his role ever. Definitely, Many's GOAT. 415 gold per minute, 480 damage per minute, 62 solo kills in those 198 games, 270 gold, 4 CS, and 180 XP on average. He's up at 15 minutes. So, really, at 15 minutes, he does not gap his opponents over the entire spread of time. Obviously, like I said, it's been a long time. He's past his prime now, so he is probably losing lane by comparison to what he was doing in his early days. Now, his international experience is obviously vast. That's why he is the GOAT, right? Worlds 2013, first. 15th, first. Worlds 13, first. Worlds 15, first. Worlds 16, first. Worlds 17, second. 19 and 21 was out in semis, and 22nd, runner-up. MSI results, 15, second. 16, first. 17, first. 19th out in semis, 22nd runner-up. So, safe to say that he's going to be in the Final Four. If not in the finals. Now, as far as his LCK playoff results, these are pretty stock standard with what I expect out of him at this point in his career. 3.3 KDA, 8.3 CS per minute, 66.4 KP. So he's not dominating lane. He's not going to carry games 1v9 from a true like carry sense, right? More facilitator oriented, and he may carry through that. You see him really take over games in that regard. But in terms of dominating lane, I just don't see it anymore. 380 gold per minute, 484 damage per minute, 2 solo kills. Down 330 gold and 110 XP at 15 minutes. So, a little behind in lane throughout the LCK playoffs. But like I said, that's expected. He gives up, waves and XP to try and make things happen elsewhere on the Rift. So, this is what it is. Bot lane, we have Gumayushi. 41 and 15 at international events. He is very good at international events. Last MSI was rough, but for the most part, he has been solid. 4.27 KDA, 9.95 CS per minute, the highest level. Like, that is 10 is like really good no matter where you are. Like, if it's in domestic, that means you're dominating domestically in terms of getting fed and making things happen. So 9.95 is pretty good. 62.5 KP, 483 gold per minute, 534 damage per minute, 6 solo kills, and on average up 565 gold, 10 CS, and 150 XP. So he is given an opportunity to get ahead of his opponents. 550 to 600 gold is sizable. International results are the same as Oner. Worlds 2021 out in semis, and then both events last year he was runner-up. LCK playoffs, 4.9 KDA, 10.3 CS per minute, 72.3 KP. They fed Guma. Faker, below the average. Oner, slightly below the average. Zeus, very below the average. Guma, above. So he's the one getting fed and expected to do things. 72.3 KP, so most involved player on the bot lane's most involved in the kill department. 481 damage per minute. 481 gold per minute. 707 damage per minute, which is the bulk. 2 solo kills, on average up 540 gold. 8 CS, down 20 XP at 15 minutes. So, Guma, one of the best in the world in that conversation of the top 5 to 10. You know, exceptional player that, you know, was the, you know, carry for this team in terms of getting fed during playoffs. And then lastly, we have Keria. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I believe Keria is the best player in the world. He can play top lane champions. He can play mid lane champions. He can play jungle champions. He can play AD carry. He can play any role in the support role. He's played Camille. He's played Lee Sin. He's played Sejuani. He's played mid laners. He has played AD carries, all in the support role. So frankly, he's the best player. 3.8 KDA, 79.7 KP. 4 out of every 5 kills, Keria's fingerprints are on them. That is dominant. 3.07... Oh, shoot, sorry. Yeah, well, LCK playoffs, we'll just do that. We did it reverse. I fucked up. 3.07 vision score per minute, 2.08 wards per minute. Clears about 3 wards every 5 minutes. Places a ward 1 every 3 minutes. So Keria, exceptional player. Internationally, 45 and 20. 2.91 KDA, 71.5 KP. 2.53 vision score per minute, 1.75 wards per minute. Clears 1 ward every 3 minutes. And something about vision wards, 0.56 a minute. So what? Over 1 every other minute. What I'm pretty much trying to say is Keria is disgusting. He's a great player. Internationally, he Worlds 2020, he was out in quarters. And then Worlds 2021 with T1, he was out in semis. And then last year, runner-up in both tournaments. This team is very good. It lost in the finals. It had beaten Gen G the week before. It is a great example of why double elim is flawed. I'm not afraid to say that again, despite a lot of people thinking that it's like copium or something. I don't understand that. You know, hopefully we get that third matchup between T1 and Gen G so we can actually figure out who is better. That would be lovely. Instead of just saying one is better than the other at this point. Now it's truly up in the air, right? So, yeah. And that's it for this video. So if you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.